opportunity to go with the Google project once again. And trust me, since it was a complete different domain, that the salary is way too less.
We have a very special guest today. So he's an ex-colleague. We have worked together in CTS in paid search. So I'll let him introduce himself. Uh, Please, Aniruddha.
Yes. Hi, Rishwal. My name is Aniruddha. I know Rishwal back in since from 2021 when I
Yes.
joined Cognizant for the Google Ads project, digital marketing domain. I entered for the very first time. I had no idea or no clue about this particular domain back in 2021. So he was my mentor at that point of time. So he used to guide us along with all the things like how exactly Google Ads works, how exactly things work, like what is clicks, what is CTR, CPC, and all those things. It took me like 6 months to know about the process, how exactly things work. Right, since I was very new with the process and new with the domain, because my earlier project or earlier job, whatever I had done, that was completely on a different domain. So
What
it
were
was
you
very
working
challenging
on?
for me.
Anirudh, what
Sorry.
were you working on before we met at CTS? What were you working on?
Before CTS, I was working with a banking process in WNS, which was a UK payday loan company.
Oh,
Prior to that, it was I was working with AHS for an international telecom process, which is called ATSLR. So that's completely a different domain for me. So back in when prior to joining WNS, to be very honest, I tried once because I remember that I wanted to do a job with Google in the Google building itself, which is in the like opposite to WNS Sector 30. But at that point of time, I could not crack it for some reason. I was not maybe probably confident or not sure about the product, how exactly it works.
hmm.
But back in 2021, I got got an opportunity to go with the Google project once again. First of all, I appeared for the Google Pay project, GPay, right? For
Oh,
some
me too.
reason.
Hi. I have also worked at GPay via Accenture when I just started
Right.
out.
No, I didn't work with GPay, Rishwan. So basically, my the consultant asked me to give an interview in GPay. Both the rounds were clear, but then for some reason he asked me to give an interview to the Google Ads. So I got an opportunity. I cracked it, and trust me, it was a complete different domain, and things were very much new to me.
Hmm.
I could not understand for the initial 2 3 months that what exactly organic search means, what exactly paid search means, what type of keywords these are, the conversion tags, nothing. I had no idea about it. So at that point of time, you helped me out a lot,
Thank you,
and my
bhai.
other colleagues as well.
Hmm.
So yeah, I got a lot of opportunity. Later on, I got promoted as a quality analyst with Cognizant itself. I
Great.
worked with Cognizant about 4 years and 8 months. So last year, I joined Teleperformance again as a quality analyst with the same project. So to be
Great.
very
Great.
precise,
It's
yeah.
so good to know that. I completely forgot about how things started for me as well, because like when you told me that I mentored you in same thing, all the memories flashed back, right? So it's great to know that you're doing so good for yourself in the domain of digital marketing. Tell me more about it. Like how does the work of a quality analyst work in this particular profile?
Absolutely. So basically, as I mentioned, that prior got promoted to a quality analyst, I was an senior process executive. So
Hmm.
from my perspective, if you ask me, being a quality analyst, even though it is a plus point for me that I know about the product, like the deep
Of
dive, I know
course.
how to troubleshoot, how to do all these things, and in terms of that, I can gauge like differently from other people who are not much sure about the product or maybe the troubleshooting part, that what exactly needs to be done on a particular case,
Hmm.
or maybe how exactly resolve the issue for the customer. Maybe if not getting the conversion, we have to check the tags whether they're working or not. Maybe if it's a new campaign, maybe we should not start with the smart bidding process. Maybe we should start asking to stick with the maximize conversion once they
Correct.
have the historical data, and then so and so. Right. So since I know about the product in and out, so it is very easy for me to gauge the root core of that particular problem, and accordingly to audit that particular case, be it an email or chat. And if the agent or if the person advisor is not much sure about the product or maybe what needs to be done, we can guide them as well. So I think that's a plus point for me as a quality analyst.
100%, 100%. So tell me, if somebody is just trying to start out in paid advertising or any sort of digital marketing, as you're not from the field yourself, you haven't studied it, you haven't done any sort of. Are you from any marketing background yourself? Like, have you
Like I
studied
have,
that in graduation?
yes, I'm from marketing HR, post graduation I've done.
You have done a post graduation. So did that help out in the industry that you're working right now? Be
Kind
honest
of,
about
not
it, because
exactly.
I have heard many people say that okay, we studied marketing, but the marketing that we do right now is completely different.
Yes, completely different. Yes, kind of. So the approach something I would say that has helped a lot. But if I talk about the theoretical part, that is completely different. So the approach somewhere maybe it's nearby which we have learned in the while doing the post graduation, but then the theoretical part is completely different as I've already mentioned. So, if I talk about for someone like for me, like when I was in fresher for
Hmm.
this particular domain,
Hmm.
right? I had no idea about it. So, if someone would like to start a career with digital marketing, like once they have entered into digital marketing and cracked the interview and all these things are done and sorted, I believe like in order to learn things, they have to give it some time, like a good amount of time, like 6 months or 7 months. Initially,
Okay.
they have to give, right? So
Agreed.
that they can learn about the product, and you have to always stick with the product. Doesn't matter wherein you have promoted or wherein you are working as an advisor. Like there are articles wherein you can go ahead and read about, and you can gain knowledge about it. And initially, things would be difficult, to be very honest, as I have faced. That you may face problems like if you're not getting what exactly conversion tags are, what type of keywords and other bidding strategy, how exactly those bidding strategy works. But initially, while working upon cases, while handling the customer queries, they will get to know about it. So I believe the time they should give some time, like initial time, 6 7 months will take in order to learn about the product and all.
But
And once they have spent a good amount of time with that particular product, maybe with Google Ads, if I talk about Google Ads, so they will know in and out about how exactly paid search or how exactly organic search or what is the difference between paid search and organic search and how exactly they work.
right.
And accordingly, by studying, they can choose their career path within this domain because it's a huge platform and huge things can be learned within this domain. To be very honest, like it's been, I guess, 5 years I have been working with Google Ads,
True.
right?
We have known each
Right?
other for like last 5 years when we met
Yes,
at CTS, and
yes,
since then you have been in the paid industry itself.
yes. Yes. So yes, so there will be updates. There are changes, drastic changes. Things what exactly it was back in 5 years ago have been drastically changed in
Correct.
terms of the product, in terms of other things. When we used to work, we used to handle this expanded text ads, if you
Yes.
remember, right? That
Yes.
has been deprecated, right?
Right.
So
Right.
many things have been changed. So you have to, in order to, you know, get updated with the product, but you have to just stick with the product. You can learn from support article and MoMA just and get yourself updated. Because in this particular domain, getting updated with the product, getting fully with the product can only help to grow within this industry.
When you were just starting out, like when you went away from the customer service profile and uh, started to be in this digital marketing domain, when you started with the CTS project, what was the basic, like did you do any sort of certifications, or did you study from some YouTube channel? What were the things that helped you out in cracking those digital marketing interviews?
So I did not, to be very honest, Vishal, I did not do any certification then at that point of time. But then yes, I studied, I researched about what exactly digital marketing is and what exactly kind of questions can be asked during the interview regarding this particular domain,
True.
and that helped me a lot, to crack the interview.
Hmm.
So I read about like CPC, what clicks and impressions mean, because since I was a completely fresher for that particular domain,
Right.
so the interviewer doesn't expect from you, if you are a fresher to that particular domain, that you will know in and out about the product, or maybe you will know deep dive about the product. They'll ask you simply about whether you have the basic knowledge of the paid search and the organic search or not. And if you have the basic knowledge, we are good to go. So that basic knowledge I gained it from some YouTube channels and some YouTube videos, which helped me a lot, to crack the interview.
Awesome, awesome. Great to know that. And you've been lucky that you just started out with your own research and you were able to crack such big interviews. A company like CTS and
Absolutely,
working for Google project is a big thing, of course.
absolutely, absolutely.
I
I
would
agree.
like to know, since you are working for one of the biggest companies in the world, what are the AI changes that your company is adopting and how you guys are adopting to those changes, and how your work style has changed ever since Gemini, Claude, and such things have arrived?
Yes, that's a very good question, because while I remember when I was an agent, and we used to draft email, we used to take calls and all, right? We had to make we used to get inbound calls, and we used to draft an email, post checking each and everything, the change history, troubleshooting, but each and everything. We used to manually draft that email. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in Google Ads, they have a particular AI which is called AQR, right? Which will what it'll do is, once you have drafted the email, it will flag some negative words. For an example, if the customer is talking about some unauthorized charges, let's take an example. If the agent have written fraudulent charges, so that is a negative, term which you are
Connotation, like you
using.
cannot use such connotations.
Correct, correct. So the AQR will go ahead and will replace each and everything, and it will draft you complete new email.
Great.
There is another AI tool wherein you have to just give a command to that particular tool that this is the customer issue, or maybe you can just copy and paste the customer issue from the form. That will give you the each and every troubleshooting, that will do the troubleshooting on your behalf,
Hmm.
right? So that helps a lot sometimes, to be very honest. But I believe doing troubleshooting manually from my end can help me gain some knowledge about the product and how exactly things work. Because the AI will do his job, but then again,
Of course,
it's
human
still
intervention is
correct,
always required, because AI
correct.
cannot like communicate with the customer themselves who are actually facing those issues in their campaigns.
Correct, correct. Also, wanted to just add up one more thing. While working with CTS, I was a part of another project within Google itself, which is called RTD, which is real-time translation, right? So what exactly RTD means is, people who all are using Google Ads from different regions, probably from China, Vietnam, or Arabic, Thai, wherein their native language is not English, but then they are using Google Ads, right? So this is a complete. There was a complete AI tool which used to translate the entire email into their native language, right? So for an example, you have raised a ticket, or maybe raised a query with in your native language, which is in China. Obviously, since I know English, I won't be able to understand China. So the AI tool, what it does is, it translates the entire query into my native language when I'll be getting that case. Right now, I have drafted the email, and that particular email, before sending it to the advertiser, that particular email get translated to their native language. So once they receive the email, it's into their native languages. So yes, so these are basic things, some things which have been changed from the time we used to work, we used to do the troubleshooting things. So
Hmm.
AI took a major part, I would say. So Yes.
Even in programmatic, I 100% agree with that. Like things have automated so much, we do not have to uh, manually calculate what the ideal CPC or CPM should be set at a campaign, because now the historic data is automatically analyzed. We don't even have to download those reports, manually interpret metrics into the platform, be it Google Ads or DV or Amazon. It automatically interprets and gives us so precise recommendations that they are so good if somebody implies on that. But still there are certain issues with clients who have certain marketings like objectives. They cannot defy them. If somebody wants a CPM under $5, they'll still go under $5, no matter even if AI is suggesting $7 or let's say $8. So, of course, human intervention is always required, and still
Of course.
AI is taking a lot of part. Like it's growing massively in digital marketing industry. I 100% agree with you.
Yes.
Anirudh, I would like to ask you, for people who are just starting up, do you recommend any sort of companies who hires these freshers who have no, let's say somebody who just graduated or post graduated, now they
Mhm.
want to start into digital marketing industry, be it customer service, be it at executive level, associate level, any level. So what are few companies if you could recommend, because you have so much experience in the industry?
So first company, I would recommend Cognizant, obviously, matter of the fact, because I was inexperienced. I had no idea about Google Ads and what exactly paid search and all exactly what exactly that means.
Hmm.
But I got hired as a fresher, right? I researched about the basic things that could have been asked during the interview. So CTS would be the first company I would recommend, because from CTS, I have been working with CTS 5 years, and post 5 years, I have joined Teleperformance. So the first company, if I would recommend someone who is completely new with this particular domain, that would be CTS, 110% for sure, because that gives you an exposure. CTS gives you an exposure. You have an exposure to grasp things, and if you want to obtain some certification to Udemy, if you want to learn anything, you have like experienced people in CTS who may probably are working with CTS from a longer time, right? So that help you can get from those people, and during that time, you can be part of different projects. Like I was a part of two different projects within CTS. So yes, CTS would be the first company I would recommend as a fresher if someone would like to join
Hmm.
as a
Hmm.
senior executive or maybe something else.
uh what other companies is like your current companies isn't that good,
Correct.
you're saying? Because
No, no, no.
Teleperformance is a
I'm not
great
saying
company, right?
it's not good. But then you asked me, right, that what are the
Like if
other
you're
things?
starting up, of course, for
Yes,
freshers, I also
pressure.
agree. If you start
Correct.
up with CTS, I have known like at least 10 people, like from the project we were hired for, you remember?
Okay.
I know at least
Yes,
10
yes.
people who are working in top 4, like the big 4 agencies, and they're
Correct.
at like group head level, vice president
Ah,
level. So it's great. And also adding up to that, this is for India, right? And even in India, you're specifically talking about the Gurugram or Gurgaon branch. So
correct.
do you see any kind of variance? If you have, I know you're from Kolkata, so
Hmm.
companies are there also, but do you see any variance of salaries in
Of
Gurgaon
course.
versus Kolkata?
Of course, high tempo. Because if I talk about Calcutta, first of all, the job market is not that good enough in Calcutta. Even if it is, people are getting hired with a salary of 14K and 15K in a month,
Oh,
and they are
really?
working 6 days, 6 days working rotational shift. Every week the shifts are getting changed. Even if I talk about my current profile, like as a quality analyst or probably an AM, assistant manager, or maybe a team leader, the salary is way too less as compared to Gurgaon or maybe other metro cities. So
Oh.
that's a big challenge, I think, which is why I am not relocating to Calcutta unless and until I can get a good opportunity. So yes, Cognizant would be the first company. Once you gain a good knowledge, you can go to some other companies like GOC, obviously, I would say, because again, that gives you a good amount of exposure. Because some of my friends who had no idea about digital marketing, they joined Cognizant and like they left Cognizant and have joined the GOC in a very good position,
Right.
right? And in GOC, I feel what I have heard and what I have felt is from one of my friends. He says that I got to know about so many things in GOC. The exposure was way much higher than the exposure it was in Cognizant because it's a client-facing like thing which he is doing, right? So,
100%.
so I think that's a very good exposure. You get to know about so many other things, like you are not just within the clicks or conversions and all these things. You get so much of opportunity. You get opportunities to work with big brands which helps you to coordinate with the clients and give you a much more exposure about it.
True, true, true. But I generally feel that being in GOC or CTS or TP, whichever company you're working at, if you're in the industry itself, you know the basics. I think you can manage it like anywhere, right? See, you
Absolutely.
yourself have worked in two companies now, and you're working for like biggest company in the world. You're working for Google. So
Correct.
working for Google is no easy job, of course.
Yes,
They
of
only
course.
hire the cream. So that's good. It's great to talk to you, Anirudh, after such a long time and such
Yeah, yeah.
insightful recommendations you gave. I'm really thankful to you for joining this conversation and giving me so much insights about how things are. Just the last question before
Yes.
we disconnect this conversation. Would you like to describe how a person should expect their salary to be if they're just starting out and after, let's say, 5 to 10 years of experience in this particular industry? You don't have to tell your own salary or anything like that, but you can give us an estimate how much one should expect because this is the question that even if you clear an interview, people ask you what are your salary expectations?
Correct. So that basically, I feel that depends upon which pod you are getting hired for. If, like for an example, currently Cognizant is hiring for DV360 and SA360 some this program. So the package is way much more higher than the normal Google Ads search package, right? If I talk about so that depends pod wise. If I talk about normal Google Ads senior executive profile, they can expect a good amount of salary. For an example, 30 to 35K they can expect, which
For a
when I joined
fresher.
Cognizant, sorry,
For a fresher.
for a fresher, yes,
That's
for a
good.
fresher,
That's fine.
for a fresher, if they have the basic knowledge, they will offer you a good amount of salary based upon your knowledge, right? So, yes, if you spend a good amount of time in a particular company, obviously you'll get to learn so many things. And after 4 and 5 years, if you try to grow in that particular company or maybe switch to another company, the salary would be way much higher than what you are expecting. We are expecting. So yeah, it completely depends upon my knowledge, my skills, and how deeply I know about Google Ads or maybe that specific pod or maybe that specific product which I'm getting hired for. If I talk about paid social, paid search, programmatic, be anything. So, but I feel the salary depends upon the person and how well they know about that particular product, how well they know, how good they have knowledge about that particular product. So
Great.
that's what I think.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anirudh. And I hope you get a lot in your life. You get promoted to
Thank
whichever level you want. You start your own agency or whatever you want in life. Best of luck for
you.
that. Thank you so much for joining this conversation. Have a great day
Thank
ahead,
you.
Anirudh. I'll connect with you
You too.
again. Thank you so
Sure,
much.
sure. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.